Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, which means He exists. All right. And His only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, which means in the Hebrew, He the deliverer. All right. Bahashem, meaning in the name. All right. Of course, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, or Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Bahashem Racha Kodash, Shalakia. And the Holy Spirit, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Racha, the Spirit, Kodash is holy, alright? And, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is the only power, alright, in which, you Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which you are the chosen people of the Most High. All right, you are the nation of Israel. All right, you go back to 12 tribes, and it's only of the elect. All right, because the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of our people. All right, because they're wicked, they're foolish. All right, they don't want to take heed to this word. All right, but yeah, the Lord has, of course, a elect. All right, of the chosen nation, which on this side is going to be delivered. All right, but of course, our nation was scattered amongst the rest of the heathen, so we have, of course, Israelites that look like the heathen. All right, so just because you may look like a heathen, all right, or you look on the 12 tribes of Israel on the on the sign, you don't see your nationality. But you can, deal, of course, you can understand what these scriptures, all right, what we teach, and it fits you, it be that you are Israelite, in fact, all right, maybe, all right. So with that, of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well, and peace salutations to all sincere Akim, and that's you brothers, all right, well, Akwathium, all right, sisters out there that are listening and learning. All right, of course, shalom to those brothers that are being diligent and make their call and election sure while doing the studio shows. All right, they'll be waking up our people. All right, so we can get up out of here. So anyway, this is an article here off of the Intercept, okay, .com. All right, and I believe this website, I may cover it a little bit more. Expose a lot of the different unjust things that go on, with our society, with surveillance and all of that, and it seems like it's dealing with a lot with law, but I might be using this as a news outlet that I use to, of course, bring out different lessons, as I'm doing so right now. All right, so yeah, I'm the brother Mappa, Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp. All right, here in Babal, which is America, Babylon. All right, the Great. All right, and I'm hitting this lesson. So it says how prosecutors punish undeserving people with plea deals. All right, so prosecutors, those are when you go into the prosecutors, they work for the state. All right, or they work for the government. All right. Municipalities, etc. They work in the judicial system, in which they of course they of course go against, of course, a defendant, all right, who's in the case of what you're gonna read here. A lot of our people, they are poor and impoverished, so they can't really afford to receive proper legal counsel and defense, in which, of course, the prosecutors, which from the government, they take advantage. All right, and of course you got public defenders that work for the government as well. And you got, of course, we have lawyers that are independent too. But let me see. I wanted to go into that word prosecutors, but I need to just being a bit lazy with freaking trying to go to see, like, copying and pasting it. But anyway, it's like it. So anyway, I'm just gonna read the article a bit. So it says a violent man, specifically he was violent towards women. It says in 2001 he was convicted of domestic violence in Illinois. In December of 2014, it says the Wakapapa was charged with domestic violence against another woman. All right, in Anoka County, Minnesota. It says 2 months later he pleaded guilty to interfering with the 911 call. He was given a 2-year probation and ordered to get domestic abuse counseling and treatment. You know, a lot of course, Jake, you know, they you know, have you know, problems with the women they dealing with. You know, that's all too well. That's all in the scriptures. Reminds me of Deuteronomy. See, I can see if I can get it real quick. It's in the curses. Let me see if I can get it real quick. I don't want to make this long, but you know, it is what it is. Deuteronomy 28. Alright, so one of the curses that the Israelites have received, alright, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright, of course, the confusion of face out there. There's like foreigners. Alright, it says Deuteronomy 28:15 says, but it shall come to pass, if thou will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Alright, so part of one of the curses that we have received, alright, is going to be towards you know, the woman and the husband. Alright, let me see if I gotta get it. Yeah, I believe I got it right now. It's Deuteronomy 28:56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set her soul upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. No, because our women used to be, you know, they used to be in order at a time in the ancient world and such. All right, she used to be under a man, and you know, she used to be, of course, you know, delicate and tender. All right, which you know, when you go into it, you got Inog for delicateness. All right, to be soft, dainty. All right, exquisite, a delight. All right, so that's what our women used to be. Also, they got in there effeminate. All right, you know, our women used to be right. You know, but because we've been hit with the curses, our women are now defiled. They get with many men and cheat, you know, on their husbands. All right, and meaning they commit adultery. All right, with other men. All right, and you know, that of course makes them defiled. All right, you got rock. All right, a ra and a ka, I believe, and that is tenderness. All right, delicacy. All right, so our woman used to be right. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna go back to it. Slack you. It says, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. All right, so you know, that's part of why, you know, our people, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you know, we have all these problems within our households and such. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna go into it. Yeah, given preparation. Then on July the 2nd in 2015, just months after the latest domestic violence arrest, a third woman. All right, and then I mean, it's gonna go into it, but I'm gonna skip to the actual, like I say right here. Let me see. I'm gonna just read. It says, Nawaka had broken into her home through a window. According to local press, Nawaka was intoxicated at the time. He had been dating Pollard on and off for months. This was not her first time calling the police, but her fourth. It would be the last. And you're going to see what's going to happen. It says Pollard, with 4 children upstairs in the home, said that Nawaka began beating and fighting her all over the house. So you just have a domestic violence, husband and wife type situation. Because, a woman, it becomes a man's husband when she has sex. All right, she was pregnant and decided this time. She told investigators to grab a knife to protect herself. All right. It says in the melee, she claimed she stabbed a man in self-defense. By the time police got there, he was bloody and breathing his last breath. So he ended up dying. In that moment, ever since, Natalie Pollard, then a 32-year-old woman with no criminal record, expressed remorse, but said she did only what she felt she had to in order to protect herself. It says it was inevitably believably Slakia. Over a 4-year period, Nawaka was accused of physically abusing at least 3 different women in 2 states. Alright, so that's the man. It says most reasonable people could see that Pollard as a victim in this case, the woman. The justice system in St. Paul thought otherwise and charged her with second-degree murder. It says setting her bail at damn, that's almost close to $1 million, $7,500,000. It says an amount reserved for the most hardened criminals. All right, so it says armed only with the public defender. She was convicted and sentenced to nearly 11 years in prison for second-degree unintentional murder. All right. So it's gonna go into go get like some different statistics. Like it says here that the disease of Center of Disease Control and Prevention found that the majority of American women who are killed are murdered by their husbands or boyfriend. And that's because most of these women is crazy, and most men, they go crazy over these women. Don't let women drive you out of your wits and crazy and shit. Just fucking cast them off. It's not worth your whole life. Definitely don't get married on them under the system either, because that's gonna fuck you up. Don't make no covenants with the heathen. But anyway, I'm gonna hit the point. I'm gonna hit the point of this lesson now. So the point of this lesson is this. All right, the point is here. That after spending 2 years in jail or prison away from her children, it says Pilot was given a break of the break of her life. The Minnesota Court of Appeals ruled that the jury in her case was given the wrong set of instructions and instead would be given instructions on general rules of self-defense. They were incorrectly given justifiably taking of life instructions. All right, so it says the difference in legal burden between the 2 sets of rules was vast, which is ridiculous. They laws are freaking ridiculous, not clear and cut. But it says that's a so-called white man, the devil. All right, it says he, which means deceiver. Her conviction was immediately reversed and remanded. All right, so it says John Chow, and the attorney of the county that included St. Paul, was not moved and decided to try the case again. Never mind, Pollard had already been incarcerated for 28 months. So 9 months in a year. What's that? 12 months in a year. 12. Yeah, what's that? That's like almost 12 and 12. That's what's that? 12 and 12. That's like See, 12 plus 12. Let me do my math. I know 144 comes in my mind. But, yeah, you just, fuck it, man. Just do the math yourself, man. I don't really give a fuck. You know, but she was over for a couple years. All right. Simple as that. So anyway, it says, giving birth to our baby during the time he demanded more. We're talking about women who had lost everything, her home, her kids, and her freedom. It's because she killed a dude, right? And she got that conviction. According to the family member, she is currently living in the basement of her uncle's house, just trying to put up with broken pieces of her house of her life together. All right. It says, at the root of mass incarceration in the United States, prosecutors, evidence be damned, are determined to fight for the longest possible sentence every chance they get. All right, so they trying to, prosecutors, all right, which let me see, I can get it defined right now. A person, especially in public office, who institutes legal proceedings against someone. A lawyer who conducts a case against a defendant, which I was correct, in a criminal court, also called a prosecuting attorney. All right. So they go for you know, the longest possible sentence. So they trying to put you under the jail. All right. It says it's a waste. It says local activists expected the case to be dropped. Enough was enough. All right. So I'm gonna hit some precepts real quick. I'll go to Deuteronomy, the first chapter. All right. So I'm gonna go down to let me start here at verse 15. It says, so I took chief of you of your tribes, wise men known, and made them heads over you, captains over 1,000, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. So the Lord, of course, he set up, up order, all right, men above others, all right, in the nation of Israel in the past. All right, it says, and I charged your judges at the time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren. You know, and it's, you know, it's not unlawful to judge somebody. All right, you obviously you got to be in the right stead to be able to judge. All right, you got to be clean under Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, so all that bullshit like talking about only God can judge, that's bullshit. All right. It says, hear the call, and I've done lessons on that before. It says, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother and the stranger that is with him. All right. It says, ye shall not respect person in judgment. All right. It says, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. All right? And I will command you at the time all the things which ye shall do. All right? You know, and that's order, okay? This is Psalms 96, and let me see, I think I had also something else, but I'm gonna hit this real quick. This is Psalms 96 and 13. Before let me see, let me read up a bit. So it says Psalms 96 and 12. It says, let the field be joyful and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice before Yahweh, for he cometh to judge the earth, and that's coming very soon. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to judge this earth, all right, for all that, you know, that all that a person has done, all right, the nation has done, all right, which 2/3 of our nation has done wickedly, and they're going to get destroyed, all right, and of course, the rest of you heathen have done so much wickedness, starting off with you the so-called white man, which are you Edomites, all right, you know, who have been given dominion on this earth right now, and y'all have been ruling in nothing but wickedness. All right, and because the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth and such. All right, he shall judge the world with righteousness and people with his amath. All right, truth. Okay, and that's gonna be very a beautiful sight. You know, Abaratazah. You know, I be a righteous man, not partaking into this destruction. You know, being destroyed. You know, I want to be right. All right, with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm gonna get real quick Psalms 82, real quick, because I was talking a little bit about we can judge and such. You know, yeah, this is right here. This is Psalms 82 and 6. And it says, I have said ye are gods, all right, which I mean powers, right? All right, Elohim, right? Elohim. All right, so that's when you go into what that means, that's powers, that's judges, all right, divine ones, okay, simple rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, all right. That's what gods are, lesser ones under the Most High. All right. It says, "And all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men." All right. Meaning, you have gods. All right. Because we are Yasha, which means he prince of the power, or he the prince of God, the Most High. All right. It says, "But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes." All right. It says, "Arise, O power, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations." In which, the nation of Israel, is going to receive all of you rest of you heathens. All right. Starting, of course, with our Lord Yahweh Shai, being, of course, ruling. All right. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right. So anyway, point being, we could judge righteousness. This place is going to be judged, for all of its wickedness, that it has committed. All right. Let me see if I can get something real quick. Yeah, this is Amos 9 and 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom." All right, that's Babylon the Great. That's America. Also, of course, our people. All right, the Israelites, 2/3 and such. The nation Israel. All right. It says, "And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob," or Israel, right? Because our Yaquab, Jacob, his name's later changed to Israel, right? Saith the Lord Yahweh, all right? Because he's going to have, of course, a remnant that's going to be delivered out of this, and that's going to be the elect, all right? The 144,000 prophets and the 1/3, that are part of the 1/3, right? And you got the numerous multitude of believers, all right? Men, women, and children are the 1/3 and such, all right? But the 144,000 prophets, they're men. All right. It says, "For lo, I command, I will sift the house of Israel among all nations like corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth." The elect is going to, of course, no matter how the sifting process goes, which that's Nawai, Nawai. All right, which is for sift, which you get shake. All right, move, to make move, vibrate, tremble, to be unstable. So toss the bit or around. That's happened. That happens all various ways. The Lord tries, of course, us and such. All right, to test our integrity, see if we gonna be, of course, honest and loyal to Him. All right, and that's happening. All right, going down. I mean, it goes into it. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which they say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day I will raise a tabernacle of Dawadah that is but fallen, by Yahdawadah, and will close up the breaches thereof, which he bring, of course, together, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, which is consists of Negro, Latino, Native Americans, right? Together, because you have the so-called blacks, all right, and so-called Hispanics, Native Americans and such. They see each other as different, when that's not the case. We're the same people. We've been all oppressed together, all right. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess a remnant of Edom, the so-called white man, nation of Israel. I mean, nation of Edom, which is the so-called white people of today. It says, and of all the heathen. So we're going to possess all the heathen, which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this. All right. And that's it. We going to have slaves. All right. The rest of the nation is going to be slaves, but I know, Slakia, if this was off topic, but the spirit has went where it went. All right. The spirit's going to do what it's going to do. But anyway, going back, that prosecutors, evidently be damned, are determined to fight for the longest sentence every chance they get. All right. It's a waste. Local activists expected the case to be dropped. Enough is enough. With all the possibility of serving 20 years in prison hanging over her head, this particular woman, earlier this month, Pollard did what countless people have done before have done. She took a lesser plea that she did not believe in whatsoever. It says, for a crime that she does not believe she committed. All right, so this is the point of the lesson. It says, in hopes that it would keep her out of prison and buy her more time with her family. I don't blame her a little bit, but it's wrong. It says, this is the new normal of America's justice system. A staggering 94% of all state convictions now come from these type of plea deals. All right, frightened by the alternative, the question is rarely about guilt or innocence, but about whether or not someone would be in prison for their entire adult life or a sliver of it. All right, a wee bit of it. It says people are basically scared into these pleas. All right, once you go to a plea, right? A request made in a urgent and emotional manner. Okay, which that's emotional. That's not even logical. All right. It says a claim that a circumstance means that one should not be blamed for or should not be forced to do. All right, like you plead for somebody and such. All right. So anyway, it says even Natalie Pollard is given time served when she is scheduled to be sentenced in May, which is no guarantee. She will forever have a violent felony on her record. In a fair system, these charges would be dropped, and the case would be closed, and she would be given transitional support and get set back up again. But the system we live under is far from fair. Okay, and they don't rule justly. The Edomites. All right, this is Psalms 82, starting well, I could start from the top, but the point being 2, which I was reading down, all right, originally. Psalms 82 and 1. Let me see. It says Yahweh Shem Shai standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. It says, our powers. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Salah. Defend the poor and fathers. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. All right. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. We want Yahweh Shem Shai to get us out of here. All right. Because we are the poor and needy. All right. And the wicked is this, the so-called white man. All right. He is the wicked. Let me see. I got some more precepts real quick. This is Proverbs 29 and 27. It says, an unjust man is abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. All right. So first of all, an unjust man is abomination to the just. All right. So we look at the person that's righteous. We look at these damn devils as abomination, something that's detestable. All right, something we hate. We disdain. In all indignation, righteous anger. And he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. So the wicked look at us for being righteous, and ruling in righteousness. All right, because that's what our rulership is going to be. They look at it as opposite and contrary. They look at the Lord as if he's wrong. All right, this is Psalms 43 and 1. It says, judge me, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. That's America. All right. Our Babylon the Great, right? Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man, which that is, of course, Esau. All right, he is the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He has dominion. He's the wicked. They are the workers of iniquity, and they fucking just are destroying our people. All right, unjust. All right, Hebrew word here is iwal. All right, iwal. It's a I, a wa, and a la. Awal, and it means unjust, unrighteous, wrong, violent deeds of injustice. All right, perverseness, which Esau is perverse. All right, and there's plenty of scriptures that go into that. But no, we need to get out of here. Because this damn kingdom is just so wicked. All right, so I'm gonna close out with that. I know Slacky, if this was a long lesson and hit other things, but it is what it is. You learning, listening, and learning. So hopefully you were edified. Again, how prosecutors punish undeserving people with plea deals. What they do is they give you the plea deal. All right, which these plea deals. All right, they are, as it said, all right, are determined. These prosecutors are determined to fight for the longest possible sentence every chance they get. All right, and of course, they say as they get a staggering 94% of all state convictions now come from these type of plea deals, which they frighten, people. And it's not about guilt or innocence. It's about whether someone will be in prison for their entire adult life or a sliver of it, a little bit, So that's unrighteous judgment. All right, we're supposed to judge. We use judgment via the law, laws, statutes, commands of Yahweh Shemashai. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.